We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Taco Charlton in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let it. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 36 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside. and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd down, Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. C.J. Mosley in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And Crosby puts it through, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
To throw, it's Rodgers. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Austin. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Green 39! Green 39!
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
New York set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A give to Elliott. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field.
For the 50.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Rodgers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He finds Coleman. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. From midfield, here's Rodgers. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On first down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. That'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's a give to Barkley. Open space inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a one-score game. Rosas now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They begin the drive with Coleman. Gets past one man. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tevin Coleman, 77 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does, because you have to make the proper read. It doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, you saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Rodgers. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. Had a pretty good game. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A handoff to Barkley. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. How fun will it be to watch Barkley and Elliott go at it twice a year? Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now Rodgers. Coleman has it here right side. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Now it's Rodgers. And he's got his man, Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Rosas now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle taken down. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter three. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Being chased out, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Olivier Vernon, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now let's go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part was the perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
They keep it with Barkley on first down, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
We are going.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And that'll be incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Rodgers, and he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And that'll bring up second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down to Barkley on the check down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. It's Barkley on the counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. DeMarcus Lawrence coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it'll be 4th down. Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And down he'll go at the 25. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go to Elliott again. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Thomas. Stays on his feet. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Saquon Barkley, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The Giants on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So that last penalty making this third down much more manageable. Third down, 4 yards to go. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Thomas has it. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. The pitch goes to Barkley. And a short gain here, down to the 22. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here we go. 58.
They'll go to Barkley again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be third down. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game.
Here we go. 58. Inside.
On third down, Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. They come up on a first and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Second and goal from inside the 5. They get it to him running left. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. This is third and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll run with Barkley, and he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Cowboys, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
you